Jim, Billy, Vice President Brian, guests and friends. Good evening, everybody, and thanks for those wonderful speeches. You know, speeches from all of Paul, Jack, Joe, three of my closest friends, and I really appreciate all of the kind words. It's so nice to have friends like you. I think if you know, with friends like you, who needs enemies? It's kind of a cliche, but it's so true tonight. Thank you all very much. Anyway, oh yeah, that's a bit better. Anyway, I based on that from Joe, I better be brief this evening, but I have a few things to say, all right. But first of all is, more seriously, what an absolute honour and pleasure it has been to represent you, the members, as your captain for the last year. I've enjoyed every minute of it, I have to admit, every minute of the year. I've played an awful lot of golf, I've met an awful lot of people, and everybody with their own story. And every one of them has had something to bring to the conversation that has been such a pleasure. I've loved doing the role with Lou as my co-captain. And I would play a particular welcome to Ado, Lou's husband, who's sitting over there beside me this evening. Genuinely, Ado, the year that we've had between yourself, myself, Aisling and Lou has been such a great friendship that we've made, and I really, really hope that we'll be friends for a long time. It has been such a pleasure trying to keep up with Lou with her organisation, her dedication to the job, her good humour, her party animal attitude. Everything has been fantastic, and you can pass on my forever gratefulness for her role that she's played in my year. Milltown is a fantastic club. I think we all know that, and I think we all know how lucky we all are to be members of this great club. It's not a great club just for the golf course, it's a great club for the whole set of activities that go on here, and the wonderful friendships that we've all made over the years. We have this evening people, you know, playing off a handicap of +1 or 2 over there somewhere, not hard to spot. We have people playing off a handicap of probably well into their 40s. We have people in terms of age who are, you know, touching 90, mid-90s. I don't know if Noel's here, but certainly always fantastic to see you at these events, and you're always more than welcome. And we also have people in their late teens, and it's to the younger members that I want to say a few words first. It's lovely to see our younger members and our intermediate members and our younger full members here. I know it's a bit of a cliche, but you're the future of the club. There's no doubt about that in my mind. And it's great to see you guys here tonight, and I appreciate the support that the younger members have given me as captain, and the club appreciates the support from you coming to these events as well. You know, enjoy yourselves tonight, because you've a lot to get out of this club, and you've many years to do it. Now, tonight's not the night to revisit the whole clubhouse development thing that we've all heard a lot about, but while you are the future of the club has a great future to offer you, and I think you're going to enjoy that for many years. So, you know, talking about self-development, and I know, I promised a short speech, so I'm going to move on fairly quickly. And I know you just want to know who the next captain is as well, so hang in there, Mick. But I do have a couple of people I'd like to thank, and it's important that I do so. First of all, Adrian. Adrian, as chair of the club, it's an incredible amount of work you do. You've been a friend of mine for, I would say, somewhere in the 40s years, and I remember playing pitch and putt with you in the kind of the UCD soccer pitch football pitch and putt club back more than 40 years ago, and I don't think I ever thought that you know, I'd be speaking here tonight with me as the captain of the club and you as the chair of what is undoubtedly the best parkland club in the country. Sorry, Donald. Sorry, Brian. Sorry, Jerry. Sorry, Rory. It's the best Parkland club in the country. I may have said that, but I agree with all the things Paul said about that as well. But Adrian has been a friend of mine for a long time, back since we were in the class of 85 in the BCom. And speaking of the class of 85 in the BCom, I also want to mention Ruth Hamilton, who you might know as Ruth Dwan, but has been the first female treasurer of the club, and she finishes up this year as treasurer. And she's done an amazing job, and we're all very grateful to her. So Mick, would you please pass on our eternal gratitude to Ruth, and that's Mick Dwan, not Mick. And a quick call out to the management committee, many of whom are guests here tonight. And I think the place would not be the same place without all of you. Niall Fitzgibbon, what a lawyer, what a singer, what a man. Fantastic person there on my right as I speak here. I don't think anybody really realises the amount of work that Niall does, because it's kind of done behind the scenes, but we are really very grateful for it and always will be. Colin Breslin, organised, effective, efficient, running all of the golf committees in the club. We are really grateful for all of that, and thank you, Colin. John Ryan, who has been a friend of mine back in the Expert Edge days, and there's probably only two people in the room who know what three if you include Joe. Three people who know what the Expert Edge days are, but I've known John since long before our Milltown days. And John's taken over this year in charge of the course and has done a fantastic job, and really would like to express my gratitude to John. Cara Brophy, listen, thanks you to Cara. Obviously she's not here tonight, but put a tremendous amount of effort into setting up this night tonight, so thank you, Cara. And Lynn McLaughlin, whose work on the membership committee is something we're all about to find out a little bit more about. She's been doing a lot of hard work on the membership of the club, trying to address some of the problems we have with the membership structure, and particularly the age structure within the membership. And that will come up over the next couple of months, but Lynn's done a terrific job and we're very grateful to her. My fellow captains of former clubs, I see you all over there. I must say it's been a tremendous pleasure for me. I really look forward to all our visiting captains' days together. I know Brian out in the Port Monarch has been kind of coming across to all of those, but it's lovely to have you here as well. But the other members, both male and female captains of the club, really we've formed a great bond together, and it's been a terrific pleasure to get to know you all. You know, I've known Rory since we were about 12 years of age, but I haven't really met the rest of you for the first time this year, and it has been a pleasure getting to know you, and I hope we can continue our relationship into the future. Warren Ryan. Warren is fast losing the tag of the new general manager in Milltown. Being general manager in a club like Milltown is not easy, with about 1,200 bosses, etc., etc. But you're settling in really well, Warren, and you know, I really wish you the best of luck for the rest of your career in Milltown. Sounds like I'm leaving, but I'm not really, but we do wish you the best of luck. Moving downstairs, all the locker room staff, particularly Ben, but everyone in the locker room staff have been great for me to the year. Thank you very much to all of you. The Pro Shop, Dara and Alec, and I see Dara over there. Dara, as I've said before, you've injected an energy that we haven't had in a long time in the whole downstairs of the building, and it's been terrific to see. Dara kindly accepted the invitation to dinner tonight. It's great to have you here, along with Alec as well. Now, Alec was invited to join us as well, but he's still in the States, only gets in the morning. But between the two of you, you're an amazing addition to the club. Don't take what Paul said about those 2.2 shots on board. They're on him and not on you. Moving upstairs, Connor. Amazing, as always. What a wonderful meal tonight. Thank you very much to you and all your staff in the kitchen. Standard of food tonight was superb, but also right through the year, we really have found the standard of food was really, really fantastic. So thank you, Conor. It's lovely to have Claudia back this evening. I don't know if you can see her over there, but myself and Lou have missed out, I suppose, not having you for the whole of the year. But I'm delighted to see you back, and my successor will be lucky to have you for the whole of the year because you brighten up the restaurant like nobody else. It's been fantastic. Now, as I say that about Claudia, I have loved having Justina in charge as well. It would be remiss of me to not to point out that we were extremely well looked after by Justina while you were away. So I don't see her this evening, but thank her very much in her absence. Outside of Claudia and Justina, I've no doubt that you will all agree that we've been looked after by really fantastic waiting staff this evening. I'm not going to mention them all, but we will pass around a few baskets if you have a few bob for them. They really are fantastic, and we are very grateful for them. Mark in the bar, I don't know if you can hear me around the corner there, but fantastic, always willing to help. It's really, we do have the best bar staff in the country. Mark, you're amazing, thank you very much. And I would like you to recognise that today is actually Mark's birthday, so happy birthday. Listening to that, you'll realise why I leave the singing to Lou. Moving back downstairs for a second to Andy, who's here as a guest this evening, who's in charge of our course superintendent Andy. Thank you very much for all the work you do, of course, with John Ryan. You've done a fantastic job on the course. I mean, I think the work that we've done on the irrigation has been groundbreaking and it's really worked very well. And we really saw the benefit of that right throughout the summer. So thank you all very much on that. One page left, not to lose it. I want to talk just for a second before I announce my successor. I want to talk for a second about team golf, and I absolutely have to call out Angus King. Angus, Milltown legend at this stage. Thank you for the incredible effort you put into team golf. It's on us players rather than you that the walls aren't littered with pennants this year, as they are for some of our visiting clubs, but we won't go there. But Angus, you've been fantastic. And I think team golf in Milltown is poised to take off in a really positive way. One match I went to in particular, and I went to all of the matches pretty well this year, but one of them I thought we were doing incredibly well, was the Junior Cup match, which is it's a competition I know that we can compete in into the future. And I went out to not Elm Green, but the Grange Castle. Thank you, David. Out to Grange Castle, and I watched the young lads playing out in Grange Castle. Young lads, including Mark Quinn. Not quite as young as the other lads, but still one of our younger lads. Along with Tom Brophy. Well, Mark is a young fella, but along with Tom Brophy and Evan Loftus, who would be in their, teens and 20s. And at home, then we had Andrew Cloonan and Stephen McCarthy playing, and I think we won that match 5-0. Which was a fantastic performance. Certainly to win 3 up in Grange Castle was really good. And the standard of golf that our young lads played up there was unbelievably good. And I remember after that match thinking that, we're going to win the Junior Cup this year. But unfortunately, we played Elm Park in the second round, and Elm Park went on to win it, and we lost narrowly. But none of the young lads were available for that match, so it was just unlucky not to have the same team in place. So I think it does show that we're nearly there. We're going to be like the Black and the Castle and those guys. But we're nearly there, and I think that shows that we can do it, and hopefully in the next couple of years we'll do it. And it's largely as a result of all the effort that Angus has been putting into team golf. I know that Eamon Riley is going to take over that role from Angus, and we wish him genuinely the best of luck. While I'm just kind of quick mention on team golf, I can't let the whole evening go without mentioning the Bloom Cup and what an inspired choice it was to have my younger brother David and Morris captaining the Bloom Cup. both of whom here tonight. Now, my golf this year has been pretty suspect. It kind of came out of the conversations there that I started the year at 10.1 and I went out to 12.9. So, lads, I'm now in the Bloom Cup kind of area there. I'm just saying, I do want to kind of partake in what has become one of the social events of the year in Milltown, the Thursday nights. And I really want to get my hands on a bottle of Lucky Rooster at some stage next year. I hear Cormac Nagel knowing that. He gets the Lucky Rooster joke. You can't mistake that laugh, Cormac. And on to the Old Connacht 4-ball. Another final, sorry, I did point out, Jerry there nipped us in the final, but the Bloom Cup did get to the final. On to the Old Connacht 4-ball, another final captained by another good friend of mine, Aidan Delaney. Guys played magnificently throughout the year and a very, very tough defeat in the final. So the rest of the team golf is kind of, getting there, and we're, it will be good next year, I have no doubt. In terms of one last person, just to acknowledge, is Peter O'Kelly. I don't think Peter could make it tonight, but Peter does an amazing job in charge of men's golf, and every single Wednesday night down working away on the cards, and in his absence I'd like to recognise and thank Peter from that. Milltown is a great family club. I mentioned it before. From a family perspective, it's lovely to have my son Owen here. I see you with a video camera there, that's great. And Ryan, my nephew, and my two brothers. I mentioned David, but also my older brother Paul. Paul, it's been great to see you out playing again this year. According to our pro, you're the person who practices most in the club, so expect a bit of resurgence in team golf and Paul over the next couple of years. But it's genuinely lovely to have my family with me here tonight. Before I go on to announce my successor, I just want to pay one kind of thank you and tribute to Brian Woods. Brian, thank you once again from the bottom of my heart for giving me this opportunity to captain the club. I hope I haven't let you down. I'm getting towards the end of it, but I really, really do appreciate it. You were a wonderful captain the year ahead of me, and thank you for the honour that you've given me in being captain. And finally, the moment that I think you really have been waiting for. I'm going to announce who is going to be your captain for 2025. I have gone for a slightly younger man than me, which I think is a good idea. A particularly good golfer, mentioned on it's one of those junior cup teams, but a good golfer. Golf is in safe hands here. An amazing rocker of a red dress at the entertainment night. Your next captain, James Moore.